guys, Coach Michael Burt here, the Super Coach, and lots of people ask me a big question. Why do I need a coach in my life? What is the difference between a life coach and a business coach? Why would I invest money? Like, what's the return on my investment? What if I'm at the top of my game? So what I thought would be very valuable for the people that are out there is go through a question and answer. We've got this up on our website, CoachBurt.com. We would also going to be sending this to people who are considering entering into a relationship with us on why they need a coach. There's lots of people that are in the farm club that have indicated some interest, but they can't quite put the pieces of the puzzle together, connect the dots on why they would spend money on a coach. So we're going to go through a series of questions. Bruce Lund, the Vice President of Operations for Michael Burt Enterprises, is going to go back and forth, ask me some great questions. And if you're out there today thinking about hiring a coach in your life, whether it be Coach Burt or other coach, obviously I'm going to make a strong case for why you should hire us and our skill set and our unique abilities that can help you achieve some type of superior performance in your life and in your career. But this should serve as a Q&A on why you need a coach in life.
Sort of our FAQ.
That's right.
FAQ. So
FAQ.
Why do you believe everybody needs a coach in life? Everybody in the world versus a small group or a select group of people. Why does everybody need it?
Well, there's a couple reasons I believe everybody needs a coach in life. And let me just make it, reduce it to the ridiculous. And that is because we cannot see the picture when we're inside the frame, okay? And we are too biased, we're too close, we're too emotional to where we are in life. Mm-hmm. And because of those, we can't get an accurate reading or check the temperature and where we actually are. So we need an expert. We don't just need somebody, anybody. We need an actual expert who is a specialist in finding and filling our missing structures, okay? And we have certain missing structures in key areas of our life: knowledge, skills, desire, and confidence. So the first reason is you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. You need another person to find and fill your missing structures, right? And I actually do not believe that you can reach your own potential. Potential is this idea of kinetic energy that is stored until utilized. It is this idea of embryonic growth that will be better today than we were yesterday, but I think we hit a ceiling. Some people call this a ceiling of complexity. I call it a ceiling of success, but it is some place that you cannot break through on your own, and that's where the coach comes in. And then I would challenge you, Bruce, to find me one great athlete, one Olympian, one top CEO, one top performer, one top entertainer that does not have a coach.
Exactly.
They all have coaches.
All right, so what qualifies you then? What gives you the audacity to call yourself the super coach?
Yeah, I think when we branded ourselves as the super coach, what I was really, and I joke about this and say, you know, it's kind of a coach on crack.
Yeah.
And but the reality is I am a former championship coach, women's basketball championship coach, that has an entrepreneurial mind. You say, now why is that critical? Because I think the business world needs more athletic concepts and the athletic world needs more business concepts. I have become a specialist at engineering people to win. That's why I wrote a book called The Anatomy of Winning. It is about how you grow the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit of a person, or in layman terms, the knowledge, the skills, the desire, and the confidence. And so because I'm such a disciple of Covey, the great Stephen Covey, I would be what you consider a personal growth expert and an organizational growth expert.
So you're a life coach?
No.
Okay.
I would not consider myself a life coach. I would consider myself an entrepreneurial coach, a business coach. But I do teach personal growth concepts. That's why I've written books like Small Towns and Big Dreams, This Ain't No Practice Life, because I actually see work as the distribution channel for your talents. Mm-hmm. I actually do believe that life is about finding your voice and inspiring other people to find their voice. And so I think that work and play all combine and mix. And that's why we need a coach who can really understand. I'm opposed to just sales trainers that come in and teach you to make 100 sales calls, to just amplify your activity, because I don't think a salesperson can be a great salesperson unless they start with the heart and the mind and the spirit, the other parts of a person's nature. So that's really what makes me different than other coaches. One more thing, I did not wake up one day and just call myself a coach. I've won a championship. I know what it means to take a group of people toward the highest peak and pinnacle of the career, and that intensity and focus and discipline of an athletic coach combined with an entrepreneurial way of thinking is what makes me the super coach.
So you touched on that a little bit. So for all those people out there who have been in coaching programs before but didn't necessarily get the success that they wanted out of it, what makes you and your program is different from others?
Well, our programs are unique programs that serve certain demographics of people. So for example, we have an elite coaching program called Monster Producer that is for those who aspire to become legendary creatures that combine multiple skill sets to dominate a market. That is for the elite entrepreneur, solopreneur, business builder that is interested in dominating a market.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's interested in that. We also have programs for children or students called the School of Greatness.
Yep.
And these are all the things. That is a unique academy. That is a unique academy that grows the whole person and teaches people how to thrive in a modern and competitive world. That's for children. We have programs like Turn Your Managers into Coaches, because I predict every manager in America will have to be a coach in the next 5 years. And we have things like the Cheetah School of Selling for sales professionals that want to go out and really, really play at the next level.
Yep.
We also have concepts, person of interest, zebras and cheetahs. And so we have what I would call unique programs for select groups of people. And then the final group is I developed an individual membership or group membership where people can pay a low monthly fee and get access to over 60 workshops in person and online per year. And it'll be very difficult for you to actually find that at such a low price point, sometimes starting as low as $99 per month, $199, all the way up to $599 per month. And it's basically a buffet of personal growth and business growth concepts.
And so the next question really goes to, in the business world, the key term that everybody wants to know, what is my return on investment? So what is the ROI for people who get in your program?
Well, let me give you some examples. The people that have retained our services at the personal level, I'll use 2 real estate agents, for example. They got in our coaching programs in June of last year, and since then have tangibly grown their business by 42% in a 1-year cycle. That they're 110% year over year better this year than they were last year. We've had banks that have hired us that have driven a 43% increase in sales in a 1-year cycle. And those are quantifiable results. People that have exponentially grown their businesses through quantum leaps, and they backtrack it to being in our coaching programs. I would never take full credit for that. It has a lot to do on their part, has a lot to do on the systems and structures and disciplines they have, but I believe a good coach can change your life. And we have countless examples of quantifiable evidence, but also there's a qualitative evidence. People have more structure, more clarity, more confidence, more freedom. They dream bigger. So I think about this with my coaching participants. I want them to say, when I'm with you, I feel better about me.
Absolutely.
Because you make me feel like I can do anything. You make me get off the fence. You hold me accountable, which is a big term in the coaching world today. You push me to do things I would never do on my own. So a coaching relationship is really not necessarily return on investment, although there are quantifiable evidence. It's not uncommon for a person that is in our coaching programs to grow their business by 30 or 40%. It's also not uncommon for a person to say, it blew my business up to an all new level. But more than anything, coaching adds structure. It takes complexity and makes it simple. So I develop a very personal relationship with all of the people that I coach and the people that are in our coaching programs.
So speaking to the fact that we continue to expand as a company, one of the questions that a lot of people might have for you is, how do I get Coach Burt or do I get somebody else? Do I get that one-to-one time with Coach Burt? Because you are the brand right now, and so people want to know, do I get that Coach Burt time?
Yeah, right now in all of our coaching programs, including our individual membership that you pay $99 a month for to $199 in person, where you get access to 60 workshops per year, you still get Coach Michael Burt. Okay, in Monster Producer, you get coached by Coach Michael Burt. The coaching clients that I go to and speak to in person, you get Coach Michael Burt. Now, it won't always be that way. Obviously, we drink our own Kool-Aid, we eat our own dog food, and we believe that at some point we have to scale this business. But I will not put a trainer out there that does not represent the Super Coach brand and that is not great at something. And most likely I'll get what's called unique ability coaches who are great at one thing. And it could include me partnering with great people in that space. Like I have partnered with great real estate agents, great mortgage originators, people that are great at what they do, and they go with me and do some of the trainings in that space, in that particular space. But right now, in all of our programs, you still get me.
So what's an ideal client for you then?
An ideal client for me is an enlightened individual who is hungry for more. They are seeking some superior performance, or they want to elevate or play at a different level. They have a unique perspective. That means they're an interesting person. They have a lot to offer the world. We share a vested partnership. It leads to some type of collective passion. I'm not into transaction at all. So for me to be, I tell my clients two things. One, for us to be successful, you have to be successful, because we are directly tied to you. And two, I do not want to play a minuscule role in your life. I want to play a significant role in your life. That means I have to be involved in your life and engaged in your life. I do not personally like coaching programs that I have been in where I never get to talk to my coach. I never get any one-on-one time. They won't even give me their name or number. I'm paying thousands of dollars, but there is no transformation. It's pure transaction. And I have not built this company this way. People can call us, get access to us anytime. I was just on the phone with one of my best clients just a minute ago. Anybody that wants to get on my schedule can contact you, and we make it happen via Skype or in person. And my success is tied up in your success.
So once that person fits in the ideal client category, the next question is, what industries then do you specialize in, or do you specialize in certain industries?
Well, I specialize in industries that are in competitive and saturated markets. Now, people are going to say, what does that mean? It's a pretty wide net. What I'm saying is, we really play best with people that are in really tight markets who have a lot of competitors. So you'll see us a lot in the real estate space, the mortgage space, financial services, insurance, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that are out there trying to win. And if you said boil it down, I want to work with people who want a competitive advantage. And the people that believe a great coach can provide that competitive advantage for them. And if you believe the better the coach, the better the team, the better the coach, the better the players, then you and I are in alignment that a good coach can change your life. So it doesn't matter to me what industry. We've worked in every industry, from state government to we have heating and cooling, we have pest control companies, we have entrepreneurs, we have every type of business you can imagine. I've even worked in the prison system, which is some of the most meaningful work of my life. So it doesn't matter to me. If you want to be competitive, we're who you're looking for.
So you think your systems and programs work in any industry?
Absolutely.
And so the question would be, if you've never worked in, for example, I know we had somebody that called about the law field a couple weeks ago, and they asked, Coach, do you actually work in this field? What would you tell that person?
Don't have to. You don't have to work in a field to be able to offer some important insight into that field. For example, our selling system, the Legacy Selling System, which you would attend the Cheetah School of Selling or the Legacy Experience, has worked in, I bet, 10 to 15 different industries of people that use it and show huge results. I built it in such a way that it was universal. When Covey taught the 7 habits of highly effective people, he didn't say they just fit in the banking world or they just fit for lawyers. What they were called universal principles. And so the principles I teach, person of interest, you can substitute the word person of interest with banker of interest, realtor of interest, financial advisor of interest, mortgage originator of interest. It's a person of influence. So I write concepts that are both general and specific because I can tweak those. Now, do I tailor the presentations for groups? For example, we've been on the phone with some of the biggest companies in the world over the last week, and they want to know, can you speak our language? Of course I can. I do homework. I talk to people within the company. I speak common language and lingo that other people speak. So we do tailor and customize presentations for specific demographics.
And so for the mega producers out there, the people who are making anywhere from 6 figures to millions of dollars, why do you think, or if they ask you, why do I need a coach in life? I already have the success. What would you tell them?
They're going to hit a ceiling. Steve Jobs had a coach that he took a walk with every Sunday, and he's worth over $1 billion. Mark Zuckerberg has a coach, and he's $1 billion guy. Everybody, you don't think of the word more as I want more money. I've coached people that were worth $50, $60, $70 million, and they didn't want more money. They didn't come to me for money. They came to me because they wanted more clarity. At that particular time, that particular individual came to me because he was low on confidence. He had lost all of his confidence. So when you think about a coach, don't think I have to make more money than you to coach you. Don't think I have to do something that you've never done to coach you. To me, that's more of a mentor. A coach is, I specialize in engaging people in a set of systematic behaviors that allows them to do something tomorrow they cannot do today. I could be valuable to a billionaire. I could be valuable to a person that has $15 in the bank. That's irrelevant to me. You may want more clarity, more structure, more confidence, more freedom, more swag, and you come to a coach to build, maintain, and protect it. I've coached real estate agents making over $1 million a year and who told me they were bored. And so they hired me because they wanted to get their mojo back, and it worked. So I think there's a misnomer that I have to achieve something more than you to coach you. Maybe to mentor you. You know, I go to people to mentor me that have done things I haven't done, but I don't think they're coaching me.
And so what about the opposite of that? So, you know, what about the people who just aren't ready to chew off that monthly fee for, you know, because cost is always a big deal when it comes to coaching programs.
And here's the problem. They're seeing it as a cost.
Yeah.
I guarantee the person, we've had people opt out of coaching programs before that afternoon they bought a motorcycle on Facebook. They bought a third car. And it's silly to me. When you understand assets and liabilities, an asset's something that you do that puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. If in a coaching program, you have to see the value in a coaching program. But here's the deal. We have apps for as low as $9.99. We've got books at $15. We've got coaching programs as low as $99 a month. We even offered it for $49 a month.
So just get started, right?
Yeah, the bottom line is you ain't got to jump in the deep end, man. To be honest with you, I just signed up for a Tony Robbins event in Los Angeles. Probably cost me $3,000 to go do the whole thing. I've always wanted to go to a Tony Robbins event. I started by reading a Tony Robbins book. Then I read a little bit more. Then I watched some videos. Then I saw an experience he did, and I watched him on Oprah Winfrey. And then I said, you know what? I've got some dates available. I'll shell out the $3,000 because I think it's worth it. And that's how I want you to think about coaching. Yeah. Is you don't have to jump in the deep end from the beginning. Just do something.
And so you're talking about you're going to Tony Robbins for the experience. What are the 5 ways that people can get your different services?
That's a great question. We believe at Michael Byrne Enterprises that people can experience learning in different ways. Number one, they can read it. It's a very basic level. They can buy my books. There's 10 books out there in the market. They can buy those. They can read them for as cheap as $15 a book. They can also listen to it. So we have podcasts like crazy, Stitcher, iTunes. You can hear all of my shows every week. I learn by listening a lot. They can also watch it. So we have the Burt Network where they can go and watch free videos. We've had over 100,000 views on our YouTube channel. That's free content they can get. They can get a lot of coaching for free.
Yes.
Okay? So, but you can't do levels 4 and 5 for free.
Exactly.
Experience it. Now, I want to speak to this one just for a second. I know there's a lot of people out there that say, I follow you on Facebook, I follow you on Twitter, I've read your books, I watch your videos. There's a big difference between going to a Rolling Stones concert and listening to them in the car, okay? And sometimes you have to experience it. And I would tell you to talk to any of our customers and see what we provide for them in person. And we are constantly talking about how to improve that experience. How do we wake people up? How do we provide that lightning in a bottle? And I tell people that are looking at me speaking, it's not all rah-rah and motivation. I mean, I want it to be meat on the bone, man. I want it to be, man, this guy has got me so jacked up I can't see straight, but man, he has some deep stuff. There's a difference between a show horse and a plow horse. We're a little bit of both. And so I think to experience it is where the real money is. And then if you want to take it to the 5th level, Bruce, master it. And we have master level concepts such as person of interest mastery. You know, this is for Monster Producer is a master course because it has Monster 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. So there's actually 3 years of content you can get. And in a 3rd year, you're a legendary creature, man. And I will be picking people out of those classes to teach in the future for us.
What about, so we talk about the experience part of it, because we have weekly meetings, Monday meetings, and this week in particular, we talked about the Greatness Factory, the vision of our company, Michael Byrne Enterprises, going to a more of the Greatness Factory concept. When it comes to the experience, how important is something such as the Greatness Factory to that? Yeah, the Greatness Factory is a concept we're rolling out in probably January or first quarter of 2016. I believe at some point in your life, either through hardship or pain or being turned on by something or failure, that every person in the world makes a decision that they want it more. They want to be great. At that moment, there's really nowhere for them to go. They go online, they get on a plane, they spend $3,000 or $4,000. I think that they need a place in every market in the world
called the Greatness Factory, where they can go, and it is a unique destination location that offers individual and group programming for specific groups of people: entrepreneurs, students, managers, sales professionals, and hungry individuals. And so in the spring of next year, we're going to have our own Greatness Factory. And my vision for that is that when you walk in, you're transformed by how you walk in the door. You are transformed when you walk in the door. Then you go to classes, unique programming with great instructors, and we really elevate your level of performance to a whole nother level.
And last question we'll have then, if we're going to hire Coach Michael Burt as a speaker to come in and just knock our socks off, what makes you a different speaker from the rest?
Well, I'm a practitioner that speaks on what I practice. That's a big difference, guys. If you're out there, you're looking at hiring a speaker, and what you want from a speaker is transformation. You want someone to come in and in a short period of time, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, full day, to transform people's thoughts from low thoughts of value to high thoughts of value. You want them to transform their body, their mind, their heart, and their spirit. You want not only a jolt, a thunderbolt, which we're going to provide, but you want somebody who speaks to all the people there that inspires one thing: action. You want a meeting to create action, not just an entertainment. I call it edutainment.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cross between entertainment and education. It's fun, it's upbeat, it's motivational, it's exciting, and when people get done, man, they're ready to go out there and tackle the world. That's what I try to do. I try to create an experience that moves people to taking some new action.
So I think that this is very important for our listeners or for our people that are thinking about signing up with Coach Burt. This sort of served as our FAQ, our frequently asked questions for the website. You know, since you're a speaker, we thought it'd be better to just do it as a Q&A. And so we appreciate the time. And if you guys want to learn any more information about us, email us info@coachburt.com. Any other ways that you want to?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a moment in your life when you're listening to this. And my thought is every person that is out there that is considering using our services, we're going to send them this video via MP3. We want them to listen to it. And at some point, you make a decision to be great.
Yeah.
And when you make that decision, you need to turn to somebody who can help you really break through your current ceiling of success and take you to an all-new level. And we want to be that for you. We want to play a significant role in your life. We believe everybody needs a coach in life. And when that moment comes, we desperately are and are eager to become your coach. info@coachburt.com. Go to coachburt.com and decide if you want to listen to it, read it, watch it, experience it, or master it.
Thanks, guys.